Morning, and how are you? Hopefully you've
Good
had
morning.
time, Gogglefroggers, and it is Monday morning. It's possibly grey outside. It may be a bit rainy, but we're here. So hopefully you've had a lovely weekend. How are you, Robert? Eating your toe.
Running late, even though I've been awake since 5 o'clock.
Snap, it's always the case, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, it's episode 186 today. Can you believe it? 200 in what? A few weeks? I can't remember. But and we've been going for 10 months. So yeah, fabulous.
Yeah, it's 10 months this week, and it's 200 on the 20th of February.
Really? Wow.
Yep. So just over 4 weeks.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'll be back in a minute.
As you can see, Gogglefrog is always prepared. So we hope you've had a lovely weekend. For those of you that have never seen us before, welcome to Gogglefrogs. This is your knitter natter that comes to you 3 times a week: Monday morning at 10, Wednesday evening at 8, and Saturday morning at 10. And if you are new to us, please just drop into the chat whereabouts you are, and we'll all wish you a very warm welcome. This is a one-way system, so you can see us, but we can't see you. But there is a chat box to your right-hand side. So if you're on an iPhone or a tablet, swipe right and type, and swipe left to go back to the camera, and we read the chat out as we go through, so that anybody on the replay, hi everybody on replay, can can hear what's being said as well. And at some point we upload to YouTube. And I say at some point because recently I've been really good, but that's because I've been off and been doing it in the background of other stuff around the house. Whereas when I go back to work, who knows when they'll get done. I do try and do them every day, but you never know. We also have a Facebook page, so do drop in there. It's Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. 2 questions to get in, and then you'll be able to see what everyone else has posted as well. And we do share the Facebook page as part of the chat later in the session. Right, so should we say some good mornings, Angela?
That would be lovely. I've just got my mum on as well.
Okie dokie. So we'll go from bottom, and we start with Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Hope you're well. Good morning, Marion and Marion. Good morning, Louise. And here's where I get a bit stuck because I can't see everybody at once. We say good morning, Linda. We say hi to Judy. We say hi to Janice. We say good morning to Jackie. We say good morning to Deborah. We say good morning to Brigitte. We say good morning to Jean. We say good morning to another Angela. And we say good morning to Amber. Hello, Amber. I hope you're having a great start to your holiday.
Yay.
Although it's 5 o'clock in the morning in New York, so I'm not sure if that is good that she's still with us. When it's 5 a.m. she's on holiday. But anyway, right, let's catch up on chat. So Brigitte says, morning peeps, 186. Deborah says, morning everybody. Judy says, morning all. Linda says, good morning everyone. Louise says, good morning everyone. Have you on in the background while I'm working? I hope we're not too much of a distraction. Sarah says, hello, was looking for an excuse to knit some new slippers this morning. Oh. Deborah says, I can beat that, Robert. Been awake since 4 a.m. So annoying. Oh no. Marion says, morning all. Amber says, good morning everyone. Angela says, good morning. Jackie says, morning all. Yes, I'm working, so I've got you on in the background. Again, hope we're not too much of a distraction. Brigitte says that she managed to get out of her dressing gown and get dressed this morning. Yes, well, I cut it by the skin of my teeth. I think I logged on at 5:02 and I was making tea and toast. So there we go. Jackie says she's been out on a morning run. It was a bit slippery out there. Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
And then Safi's joined as well. So morning, Safi. And she says good morning. Oh, so how was your weekend, Angela?
Yeah, it was wow. A weekend's a weekend, isn't it? You don't get up to much now. But I did finish a project, so that was good. So yes. So what did we do? Nothing. Just got a little bit of shopping. That was it. I think it's the events of time now are putting the washing on, getting the ironing done, because you don't go out and do anything, do you? So it's just bizarre. Yeah, but I did decline going into a coffee shop and getting a takeaway coffee. So I thought, no, we're doing takeaway, we're doing drive-throughs only. So there'll be 2 of those today. But so I'm even trying not to go into a takeaway coffee, which was my treat of the week until this week. So but going up north today. So I will be stopping and getting some drive-through coffees. So yeah. What did you do?
So Saturday we went and saw Gary's mum. She's part of our bubble, and that was okay. Helped to do a bit more of her knitting. And while I was there, I did some more YouTube ready videos. And we're now up to episode 105 on YouTube.
Wow.
So I only have 18 to go. No, 13 to go.
Wow.
No. Oh, I can't remember. I've got to get to 123 and I'm on 105. Someone do the maths. I think that's 18.
Yeah, 18.
And then I started on Saturday. I showed you my ball of marble chunky wool. And as you can see, it's quite flat now as I'm going from the middle. And I'm in the middle of creating another pattern. So I'll just give you a quick...
Oh, that looks nice.
So yes, and Gary really likes it, which is unusual.
Oh, fab.
He never really pays much attention to colours of stuff or what I'm doing. But he went, actually, Robert, that's really nice. And then yesterday, just I tried not to do housework, but couldn't help it. And then spent most of the day doing Gogglefrogs and Sheringham stuff.
Oh.
So there we go. I hope it's a bit more of a relaxing day today.
Yes, because it's your last day, isn't it, today? Your last day off today. So
it is.
This is your day.
But I do get to have a 4-day week again this week, so that'll be nice. And they're quite nice weeks as well. So I'm on a 7-4 tomorrow, a 4 till 12 Wednesday, 6 till 12 Thursday, and then a 1:30, 8:30 Friday. So not too bad.
Wow, that's really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh. So I do have a friend sat at the side of me. So Squad just decided to come in. So yes, and he's sitting here. So Splodge has just run out the house and gone for a wood pigeon, which is totally unacceptable. So stay. We'll see.
Right. Jackie says, Brigitte says to Jackie, you be careful. Amber says the 4-legged ruler needs breakfast, so I am awake.
The cats rule. Every household. Totally rule.
And Brigitte says, high praise indeed from Gary. And talking of 4-legged friends, if you heard the clip clop, because his nails are so long, Tofi just came into the room.
Has he?
Yeah, we clipped his back claws yesterday, which was okay. But trying to do his front claws, he was not having any of it. So I've got to try and find a way to get those done today.
It's I know that feeling. But putting flea treatment on a feral cat was fun, but eventually I managed it. So thank you for the tip, Robert, of getting one that you just drop on the back of the neck. Even though the cat did a backflip, we're sort of getting there. So cat's okay. Cat's
Good.
okay. But I know what it's like when you try and touch them in areas that they don't want you to touch. Like, I'm not doing my paws. You're not putting that stuff on the back of my neck. It's growls, hisses, scratches from this little feral, but she's pretty cute. She's all sat nicely at the moment, so we'll see.
Aww.
Yeah.
Right, we do some music.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, so I can't remember what I've done this morning.
Well, it's going to be a surprise for all of us, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Just like we know, huh?
Just like what?
Just like we never know what Robert's queued up for us. Robert doesn't know what he's queued up for us either.
No. Right, let's get the music on. Angela, you're mute. Here we go then, enjoy.
I ever got. One of the Christmases, I remember getting a little radio, what do you call them, a little turntable record player, and that was one of the albums, Shawty Crepes and Grapes. So, yes, so I surprised myself. I think I knew most of the words to that song. So, yeah, I don't know what year it was. Does anyone remember what year it was? And Linda says she wasn't from her neck of the woods. Fabulous to know. And Safi was crazy in love with Shawaddy Waddy when she was young. Yes. And Brigitte says I remember the song, but I can't think of the group's name. Shawaddy Waddy. Yeah. Yes. So yes. Fabulous. Thank you so much. Did somebody request that?
No.
You found it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good to know. Right.
So I finally, the advantage of going through all of these previous episodes to re-upload them to YouTube is that I've been able to re-listen to all the music, and I now know which ones I have played already because I've now got a running list.
Okay.
So how many times do you think we've repeated a song, like the same version of the song, in 186 episodes?
Once.
Twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, twice. And I kicked myself because I knew about the first one because that was you very early on when I went back to work.
Yeah.
The second one I kicked myself because when we played it the second time, I was convinced we had already played it, but couldn't remember when. And it was in the gap where I stopped writing down what we were playing, and it was Get By With a Little Help from My Friends. And I knew we'd played it before, absolutely knew it. But yeah, so we've played two songs twice in 186 episodes. Well, technically 176 because we didn't start music till 166. We didn't start music till episode 20. Right, so we've had lots of comments and lots of people join. So let's catch up from where we were before the music. Brigitte says, Angela, I don't think cats register any commands. No, not unless you shout at them enough.
No.
Or make a big enough noise to scare them. Judy says there was snow on the beach at Sheringham this weekend. The drive there in January frightens me. Yes. Well, it's the risk that we take, but we choose January because we like something to pick us up after the lull of the Christmas and New Year.
We've never ever had snow there when we've gone, have we?
We haven't. No, we've been so incredibly lucky.
It's always been lovely. Huh?
We've had some bitter winds, but we've never had snow.
No, never. So it's yeah.
Georgie says good morning. Morning, Georgie. Sarah's asked what is everybody knitting this morning. Linda says some dogs do too, mentioning no names. Sid. Brigitte says to Sarah, I'm crocheting blanket number 7, and Sarah said what, the 7th one this year? No, it's not the 7th one this year, it's the 7th one for her grandchildren, I think. I'm sure she'll correct us. Safi says, oh, I was crazy in love with Shawaddy Waddy when I was young. And then Brigitte says, at Safi popped up at the same time as my question. Linda says, Shwaddy Waddy, we're from my neck of the woods. Denise says, good morning. Good morning, Denise. Linda says, Leicester, but I'm county, don't you know? Janice says, wow, that woke me up. Brigitte says, at Sarah, no, it's the seventh one for, it's the seventh for the ones I have to make. Brigitte, how many are you making in total? Graham has joined us. Good morning, Graham. And Sarah says, at Brigitte, what are you making for and how many are you doing? And Brigitte says, don't worry, Robert, I often can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone what song I heard last week. Tracy has just joined. Good morning, Tracy.
Morning.
It's quite interesting when I sit and think about music, because I have a folder of music that I've downloaded ready to play, and I have to sit and think about how do I think everybody's going to feel for the day, what kind of mood do I want to set. And Mondays is usually quite tricky because either people have had a really good weekend and they've got the Monday morning blues, or it's been a little bit like this weekend where it's been well, a bit disappointed that we didn't get to go and do that, and I've been in the house all weekend, so I have to balance between a Monday morning blues versus a big pick me up. So a Wednesday night we always know is party night. Oh, bully cat.
Who's bullying? Oh, proper bully cat, imposter cat outside.
Yeah.
Oh, get rid of that. Boo, boo, boo.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. We have two cats 2 doors down, and bearing in mind I've been in the house for nearly 16 years now, so my cats are well and truly established here. These two have only been here for 5 years, and they've somehow managed to make my boys so frightened that they can't even go outside. And now they've taken to coming up to the back door. But I haven't seen him for a while. So anyway, Deborah says, my husband and I usually go to Blakeney in North Norfolk in Jan or Feb. 2 years ago, we literally got snowed in for a week. We loved it as we were staying in a cosy cottage and could still tramp through the snow to the pub for lovely meals.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
Brigitte says, at the time of transmission, there are 11 plus 1 grandchildren. The plus 1 is our little adopted one in Germany, who's going to have a little cousin before the end of the day. So there'll be a 13th. Wow.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then
Brigitte, when you get the news, so do share with us and let us know.
Amber says she's knitting a throw blanket for a friend. Oh. And Tracy says, oh, Angela loved the scarf. So shall we pause there so you can talk about what you've done?
It's finished. So, and I have to say that knit night in Ellerae is beautiful. Oh, I've just realised I haven't taken my that off. Let's take that off. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It is really quite thick. The picot edges look beautiful, but I had some left, so I decided to create a set of gloves as well. So I was playing yarn chicken. So I've done a picot edge around them. It is rolling back, but it doesn't matter. I did picot around there. So I've created a pattern, which is really good. And I was playing yarn chicken, and I won't say that I lost because I ran out of wool. What I did was I improvised from stash. So just around there, I got the orange and pink out, and I had to do it around there as well. And I just thought, do you know what? I am not waiting to get another ball of wool, because you can't just go out and get them, can you? Thank you so much, Tracy, for the offer. But it was just for that tiny little bit and a little bit around there casting off. I'm not buying a whole new ball of wool because I won't do anything with it. So I just improvised. I think I was more impressed with the fact that I thought I just looked and thought, what other colours do I have? So I used some of the orange that I made your hat out of, and I also borrowed some of my Bar Amu. out of a bag in the fuchsia colour. But I'm really, really pleased with them, so I can go for walks now. And I will measure it, but I did knit night, and I'm going to write up this. I didn't do it on circulars, you know me, because I never have circulars. Oh, sorry, and I never have what you call them, DPNs in the right size. So they have got a seam up the side, which I don't particularly like on gloves, but they're perfect. They're just really good. And do you know what? When I do fingerless gloves again, I'm going to do picot edges again because I really like them. So that's me, and it is really, really warm. And it just goes to show that knit night shawl you can use in any wool, but I did have to use a good 1.5 balls of the LRA to make it long enough. So because I do like it quite long, but it was fabulous, really, really good. So that's my project that I finished. Well, I finished this project. And I started this one, was it on Saturday tea time? And I finished it on Sunday morning. So that was that. And you know, the other thing I did, as I finished one, I sewed it up. And then I did the next one and then sewed that up as well. Because if not, so I was really good. As soon as I finished the thumb, I sewed that up, and yeah. So I was really quite happy. So I'm loving it. But I have to say the LRA, what is it? Not Simply Soft. Huh?
Cozy Prince, isn't it?
That's it. Cozy Prince is a DK, and it's what I call quite a big DK. So it's very, very, I'd like to say the word voluptuous, but you know when some things are really springy, but they keep their totally keep like the wool. No, you know what I mean. Some flatten and some keep really pronounced. So really nice, really nice. So thankfully I've used up 2 balls of wool that I must have bought about 6 years ago. I've had them in my stash for years and years and years. I probably had them about 4 years. It's not from us. They were in my stash anyway, although we've got some. And what I would say is there weren't knots, but there were lots of slubs in it. So after I've finished, I do have to cut some of them off because there are little slubs that are showing. But really, really nice yarn. So yeah, if you've got any, the Knit Night is really good.
I actually have some in my stash somewhere, but I couldn't tell you what colour.
No.
God knows where it is because I just keep throwing more in front of it.
Well, I do know I went to the local yarn shop and I bought 2 balls to do a cardigan with. I'm not sure that this would have done a cardigan, 2 balls, because it's quite chunky DK. So I think you would need more than 2 balls for a cardigan, although if it's a tiny baby, fine. But I'm sure I didn't buy this when my niece was a tiny baby. But it's fine for a knit night and some fingerless gloves.
Sarah says, at Brigitte, oh wow, you could be making only baby and children clothing in rotation for the next 5 years. And Brigitte says, Sarah, I know. What you probably don't know, Sarah, is that her husband Rod also makes clothes with his huge collection of sewing machines, so I'm sure he's making stuff for them as well. Deborah says your knit night is lovely, Angela. Tracy says you would never know you had you would never know had you not said looks perfect. Deborah says, wow, Brigitte, you beat me with my 7. That's grandchildren. Brigitte says, wow, Angela, you even did the thumb thing. Can't remember what it is called. I don't know what she means.
I don't know. What? Doing picot around the thumb?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Normally on fingerless, you only have a slit for the thumb to go through, don't you? But what she meant, I think what it means is you put the thumb in.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. You've got to have a thumb.
Georgie says, Angela, your scarf and mittens are gorgeous. Amber says your knit night and fingerless gloves are great. And Sarah says maybe you need to go cold sheet, Robert. yes, I do agree. It was my New Year's resolution. I bought. I didn't actually. I I got wool for Christmas, but I didn't buy any for myself. And I'm not going to buy any wool for me until I've got through a huge chunk of my stash. Gary will be so pleased, unless it's for Gogglefrogs, which is what my purchase on the 2nd or 3rd of January was for. Oh. Not me, for Gogglefrogs. Brigitta's saying she thinks the bit for the thumb is called a fourchette.
A what?
A fourchette.
What, that bit?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I'm thinking now? Yeah, when I made some fingerless gloves a while ago, and they were an Erica Knight pattern and some of her beautiful wool from a lot of years ago. I don't think they had a thumb thing in, but your thumbs get cold, don't they? So you actually need the heat around, I think, these knuckles, because when you're knitting, and sometimes you know, even when you're in the house, your hands just get really, really cold. So I've got 2 wood pigeons and a rook on the and Splodgy's parading around the garden. Yeah, so it's making sure that they can't eat the stuff that's on the floor. So sorry about that. But my face must have been a picture then. So yeah, but I do like fingerless gloves. So
are you back to your illusion cardigan now?
And can I say, I went back into the bag that I found it. It was in there after all. And I'm looking at my notes thinking, what do my notes actually mean? So yeah, I'm back on the illusion cardigan. So hopefully I'll get this, the front of it finished by Wednesday, Thursday. But yeah, I'm just trying to think what I'm up to on it. So the decrease in the middle, isn't it? Yeah, right, now I understand. It's like, where is the decrease? And the decrease happens all here. So rather than at the side, because you know when you're doing a cardigan, normally you increase and put in a dart just underneath the arm, and then you start to decrease just above that. But on this one, you increase under the arm, but then you start to reduce them in this lovely deep V. So I was just getting my head around the pattern again, because I've only just picked it up 5 minutes before I went live and just thought, what am I doing? Right.
Do you think you have enough to do that, though?
What, to do this?
To finish it, yeah.
Enough wool?
Yeah.
I've got tons. Honestly, I've still got some in the garage as well. Yeah, I've got plenty. Yeah, absolutely plenty.
I thought you only had the cake that I wound for you. Sorry.
No, I've got I think I had 6 balls on top of that. And I think that one that you wound was 3 balls. I think I got 12 or 13 balls when I bought it, so that's more than enough for this. How many did it need? Yeah. And if not, I do have some. It's not the same, but I've got some Erica Knight that's practically the same colour as this, so I'd just find a way to manipulate that as well and put some blocks on the sleeves or something. But yeah.
Linda says she's using some Wendy mode that she had her stash intended to knit a jumper for her first husband. He's been gone for 8 years, and I had it way before he died, 10 years maybe. Oh wow!
Wow.
I'm
well, sorry to hear that. But can't wait to see what you're doing. So I don't know if you post some pictures, but let us know. Do share with us.
I think what the oldest ball of wool I would have in my stash is. I'd have to pull it all out to have a look, I think.
I
don't think it would be a cake. Because cakes are quite recent, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tracy says, I'm just about to start the illusion thing for my mum. She has a linen drape yarn. Do you think it will look okay?
What, the illusion cardigan? I'm using linen drape.
Okay.
So that's what I'm using, and I think it's brilliant because the yarn is so heavy that it, rather than something riding up, you know, it's like if you have jeans on and then a little t-shirt or something underneath, it can ride up, and it won't with the linen drape. It will, if it's the Stylecraft one, it's fabulous. So,
and then she's asking, do I need to something up a size as not using DK? But I can't work out what she means.
By going up a size, something that I've learnt the hard way is if you look at what area of the body you need to go up in size. So if it's the bust area, then do what your normal size would be and increase just around the bust to accommodate that. If somebody's got larger hips, then you can always make it slightly bigger at the bottom. The one thing that I've made this mistake so many times, as I make it big enough to fit me, but then they're huge on the shoulders. So the cardigan or the jumper always looks too big. So have a look at which part you need to increase, and what you should always do is measure the shoulders at the back, and that's really your starting point. So you might find that you need the size 40 for shoulders, but you actually need the 48 in the middle bit. So just increase where you need to, if that makes any sense. Just don't make it too big because then it just bags off the shoulders. Does that help at all?
Jackie says she's going. See you Wednesday. Bye, Jackie. Have a lovely few days. And Tracy says yes, thank you.
Yeah. So just put a few extra stitches in where you need to, and nobody can ever tell. So that'll be good. Yeah. See you, Jackie. And I do have to say that this linen drape, it's the same one that I'm using, is lovely to knit with, but it was rather a challenge to try and crochet with because it's a linen. It does split, yeah, so thank you, Robert, for winding it all up after I'd well, no, I gave you what I'd done, didn't I? And you just wound it from there, because I've never crocheted an item of clothing, and I just didn't enjoy it. So we're doing this now. But it's really lovely.
Brigitte says she has yarn in her stash that she bought in Germany in 1983.
Oh, can we see a picture, please?
Sarah says, I accidentally made my first jumper too big by sizing up the yarn or needles instead of fitting me. It looks perfect on my best friend. And she says that she wanted a 10 to 12 and it looks more like an 18 to 20.
Yeah, it's we don't realize just how, sorry, we don't realize just how much of a problem it can be when you start going up a size. And that's something that, what's the yarn tellier lady, Louisa Harding, that's what she always says. Do not make, the main reason why people don't wear their own creations is because they make them too big, thinking that by making it bigger it will be nice. Actually, then they swamp you. And I know I'm in that bracket. I always make something slightly bigger. So for me, this one, I am making it to fit. So we'll see. And I'll probably say I've got to go on a diet to fit into the sleeping thing, but never mind. But that's what she always says. And if they're a little bit snug, even cardigans, etc., you just do up one button and they look fantastic rather than hanging off you. Yeah. So.
Right. I'm going to start to open Facebook so we can go through that.
And Deborah, I made up the mittens. This wasn't it, right? I just made up the mittens to, sorry, the fingerless gloves to match it. I wanted the Pico on it and couldn't be bothered to look through Ravelry to find it. And Marion says to change the subject, she's close to finishing Elena's cardigan. Unbelievable. She's just got the collar to finish and sew it up, but just lost the will. Help. Oh dear.
Oh.
Sorry.
I think I know what might help, Marion. How about I promise to deliver your marble chunky as soon as you finished Elena's cardigan? Right, so Facebook then. So Sarah says, currently obsessed with knitting these fluffy slippers from some gifted yarn in my stash. Red are on me, purple on my best friend, and halfway and a half and half pair on my needles. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Deborah, been making some twisted headbands this weekend. Oh, they look nice. I bet that's a really simple pattern as well.
That's lovely.
We showed this a few days ago. This is Tracy's jumper.
Gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Let us know when you're wearing it.
Oh. I thought more had been... there we go. Dawn, just discovered a new knitting phrase. Going cold sheep means going cold turkey on buying and only knitting from your stash. What an odd notion. I
haven't bought any this year.
Well, we're already 18 days into the year, so I don't think that's a bad
whole
thing.
18 days.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Linda's posted this lovely video of Moose helping her wind some yarn. Look at that. Isn't that cute?
It is.
Oh. I think we showed this the other day. Here we go. Dawn, not a free pattern, a mixture of garter stitch and simple lace. And this is called a Rocky Road shawl in Cascade yarns. Oh, now that's interesting because Cascade is the one that she's using at the moment, isn't she?
She?
Yeah, isn't that the wool that comes from America?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So that looks, I love that colorway.
Beautiful. It's not a brioche, is it? No, it's not.
No, it's a lace. Dawn's posted, Marion, my new book arrived and there is a storage idea for circulars in there, quite neat. I think we could use some fabric I really liked rather than a tea towel. Could also use it to store straight needles. Oh, I like that. That's a clever idea.
What's that?
So it's a piece of fabric that has that's sewn acrossways, and then you just feed your circulars through it. But like she says, you could also use it for straight needles as well. I like that. I think we saw these the other day, yes, because we talked about the sheer goose. And then we've seen that. I think we're all caught up. Oh no, Deborah, just wound this wool. I posted the other day my Amish Swift and Winder favourite present, my favourite present.
That wool's beautiful.
I love those colours.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, and then Marion asked for, she was trying to find the company that I showed the other day that made my crochet case. So I had to ask Gary, and it's a shop on Etsy.
Oh, I like that cardigan.
Yeah, sorry, we showed this the other day.
Sorry, I wasn't on Saturday, and I haven't been in Facebook for quite some time.
That's okay.
I'll be having a look at that.
Oh, there's the door. Right, back in the set.
Yeah, so I haven't been in Facebook for a little while, but I will have a look in, and I think I definitely need to have a look at that cardigan, because who knows, I may go and use up some of my stash for quite a few different projects. And I know I've got loads and loads and loads, and every year when I've gone to Sheringham, I've always bought enough for a decent project. So I've got some beautiful stuff that I've bought over the years, and I think I may be trying to use it for a cardigan. Although I did buy that book as well for myself, didn't I? Just before Christmas, my there's a lot in there that I want to try. We'll be trying that. Okay. Oh, what's in the box? What's in the box? What have Gogglefrogs been purchasing?
I was hoping it was going to come tomorrow. That means I've now got to go and deal with the mess in my room.
Oh, can you not just leave it until Thursday? No, you can't. You can't. Sorry.
Oh, I've got to put the box somewhere.
Yeah.
Which means I've got to deal with the mess in my room to be able to put the box somewhere.
Well, do you want me to drive past and put it in the back of my car in mobile Gogglefrogs headquarters, which is the back of the car?
No, because this is an order for somebody.
All right, okay. Oh dear. We tried.
I know, thank you.
That's all right.
It is new wall though, people. Right, so Safi's asked I haven't caught up on chat, but Safi has just asked a really interesting question, which we never got to the bottom of, did we? She says, are you able to share the pattern for your cardigan? This is what's interesting. When we asked, one person said yes, but then a second person replied and said no. So we're not actually sure whether we're allowed to or not. What
we said was the people that we've shared it with before, that's fine. And I'll tell you what, Safi, I can, when I've finished it, I can always lend you the pattern. So don't worry. That's the way of
just with all your scribbles over it.
Huh?
With all your scribbles over it.
You can still read it. It's fine. So I can happily lend you it, Safi. So don't worry about that. Yeah, it was one of those strange things that they said yes, as long as you're not selling it, and then it was a no, and I just said, well, shared it already with some people, so sorry, we won't do it anymore. But that's why we asked the question first, because we didn't want to you know, upset anybody with copyright. But I did say, hey, maybe this is a cardigan that you should bring back. So we'll see, but I'm happy to lend you it. So I'll just finish it off first of all, Safi, and then I'll send you a copy. Okay. Sorry, no, I'll send you the original. So I'm not getting told off. Are you opening the box?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Of course I am.
Do you know what? What's that colour?
That's mulberry.
Is it?
That's the one I did it in originally that we then couldn't get.
Right.
And this one as well. This is the other one that I did it in. Oh. Fizz.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah. Sorry, for those of you that don't know, that's my crochet shawl pattern that I did ages ago. That was the first one that we did.
Yeah. And then it was done in a colour called rhubarb, and rhubarb, they stopped doing rhubarb and we got some of the last stock that they had. I don't even know if we've got any rhubarb left. So there's several different options. I did think there was. So that's gone. But do you know what? It amazes me how lovely that stuff is, and how they when you look at the colours, sometimes you think it's really quite bright or pronounced. The Merlin, and I think it was Georgie who was doing the Merlin, but the colours just work so beautifully together.
Merlin's out of stock, so I couldn't get that. Anyway, something new.
That looks nice. That looks very nice.
I'm not a lover of pink, but this is...
That's beautiful pink.
Gorgeous pink.
Yeah. It's that lilac-y grey colour pink that just about anybody can wear, rather than the bright pink, which not everybody can wear.
Anyway, right. So let's go back to before Facebook and catch up on chat.
Brigitte said her friend has just messaged her that baby has arrived. Don't know any details yet, just relieved he's arrived. Oh, fabulous. Well done and congratulations. Please pass on our love.
Brigitte says, Robert, that's an excellent carrot for Marion. There we go. Georgie says, Angela, you should write down a pattern for the mittens and sell it. They are really lovely.
Do you know what? I have actually written it down, and I am going to do that. Well, that's one of my jobs this week, so it will be a pattern, and I am going to put it on Ravelry. And something that I have is the ability to write. Well, I've got a program that means that you can write ebooks and stuff like that really, really easily. So I've got no excuse. I've got to do that. Yeah. But thank you. I will.
Amber says she has yarn that predates her learning to knit, thanks to her mum and gifts from others. Marion, you can finish during the home stretch. I'd really like to see some of that yarn.
Which yarn?
That Amber's got.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I have this image of, you know, when you look at clothes from kind of the 60s, 70s, 80s, I have visions of yarn almost doing the same sort of thing. So I'd really like to see kind of the colours and the concepts.
Yeah, we had some posted months ago, and it was older. And something with older yarn was it all looked like crepe. So it had a real crepey feel, and when you knitted it, it did look vintage. You know, just like the polyester from years gone by, you can tell it's a totally different fabric to what we have now. And a lot of the wool was so different. And I think the pure wool was like our local, sourced from it was very similar to the stuff up in Scotland, like the really traditional stuff. Whereas now we have a lot of different wools, but the old wool is quite scratchy until you warmed up, and then it's lovely. So you can tell with a lot of it. I just love old vintage wool. I get really excited over it because of the crepiness. It's just beautiful.
Marion says, thank you very much for the offer, Robert, but she's got to do Richard's slip over first. Okay, well, there's your motivation then. Do his slip over, and then you can do whatever you want to after that. Louise says, thanks for cheering my morning up. Need to go. Have a good week, everybody. Bye, Louise.
Bye.
Amber says, I love the Cascades cotton. I'm looking to make some tops for myself at some point. And then Safi says she doesn't mind about the scribbles. Sarah says, started a new job, COVID related, and one of my co-workers brought in a book of vintage knitting patterns for me to look through. Photographed quite a few of the patterns.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Amber says, congratulations on the baby. To Brigitte, Sarah's asking, what program do you use for the ebooks? Can I suggest that you message her separately about that?
yeah, and I'll let you know. Don't worry if I don't get back to you today, because I'm in the car and driving for hours and hours and hours. But I will get back to you, and I'll see if I can find an offer and send you a link.
Deborah says congratulations to Brigitte and to all. Brigitte says thank you. They've been waiting for many years. So happy for my friend to have another grandchild. Amber says I will dig into the stash and post photos on Facebook. So you're driving up today, aren't you?
Yes, taking my mum home, and yes, so I'll take my mum home. So I'll be in Leeds tonight, tomorrow, and coming back I think late Wednesday. Just got to get things organised up there. So yeah, so a long drive, but it'll be nice. We've got to do things like shopping, make sure everything's all right in the house. And yeah, I've got to see if I've got a speeding ticket as well from last time I went. Well, there was a flash, but I don't know if it got me, so never mind. There were lots of cars on the motorway. It's just when you're going from 70 to 50 to 40 to 60, you know, it changes all the time, doesn't it? So we'll see. There's nothing I can do. It's not as if I can drive up somewhere just to see if some paperwork's come through. So we had to wait until we could go up there. So never mind, we'll see. So
you have this little thing on your car for motorways called cruise control, and you change it to the speed that you need to do.
Oh, Robert, I've been in. I've only had the car since August.
Only.
Yeah, I might actually do that, but it was one of those. Yeah, you know when it goes from 60 to 40 to 60 to 50, it's just one stretch where it was changing every few miles, and I knew I was about 58 and it had gone down to 50, and I just thought, how did that happen? And it was only when I saw like flash behind me. Everyone was sort of looking around, so never mind, they must have changed the speed again.
You might be lucky. Fingers crossed you're lucky and you didn't get it.
We'll see. Yeah, and yeah, so we'll see.
Tracy says she's had her car about 3 years and hasn't got a clue how to put the cruise control on. Keep being told it's easy but never done it.
Yes, so it's yeah, and there's another thing in there. So honestly, the manual in this car is that thick. It's just the only thing you need to know, as far as I'm concerned, is what the tire pressure is. And when my friend's husband said it's always under the passenger door, well, I said, well, why is it on that one? He said, because everything's made, and it's only in the UK that it's then swapped over to the other side because of the because we're right-hand drive, aren't we, rather than left-hand drive? But all of the tire pressures are in the left. So that's the only thing I look at. What do the tyres need to be? And most of the time, even if your tyres need blowing up, it lets you know. So check tyre pressure. It lets me know when I need to get it serviced, so I don't have to check in the book how often I need it serviced. So yeah. So we'll see. Oh dear.
Right, everybody, we are at 11 o'clock. Can you believe it? That's gone so quick.
It has, hasn't it? Oh my word. So I've done one row.
Snap. So you have a safe drive today, won't you? I hope it's okay when you get there. And
I'm sure it will be, yes. So,
have a good few days.
And see you on Wednesday evening.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.